Hey everyone, it's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and I'm so excited to share with you today's project. I was actually inspired by another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the UK, Sam Donald. She came up with a project similar to this, but I changed it a little bit with her permission, but I changed it up to fit candy here in the United States because the poor UK, they don't get Hershey's. But I created just this little box that'll hold 7 Hershey Nuggets, and you see I've wrapped them in some designer paper. It's just an adorable little box. I've got a little belly band that just goes around it. This would be really pretty on your Thanksgiving table. You could even put make it a place card, a fun little place card sitting there, maybe with the napkin behind it. I also created a Christmas one. I'll just show you that one real quick. Very fun. I love that designer paper. And so we're going to create the Thanksgiving one today. So let's go ahead and get started with today's project. All right, well, the first thing we're going to start with is our box itself. And my cardstock today, I've chose Old Olive. Of course, choose whatever color makes you happy. This cardstock is cut 5 1/4 by 8 1/2. Now, we're going to need to do some scoring on this. So I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored board. And I'm going to do just some basic scoring here. So you might want to jot these measurements down. I've got the long side up against my the top there, and if you'll score at 3/4 of an inch and rotate it around and score 3/4 of an inch again. Okay, we're now going to put the short end up at the top of the scoreboard, and we're going to score it 3/4 of an inch and then 2 1/4 inches. Rotate it around. We're going to do that one more time. 3/4 of an inch and 2 1/4 inches. All right, so we've got that done. Let me move my scoring board here. We're now going to come in and do some cutting. This is so easy. I don't know if you can see it there on the camera, but I've got 4 score lines here on this end, and we're just going to cut along those score lines. Make sure I can see that in my bright light that's being shined on my table. Here we go. Okay, you're going to do that to both sides. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to have 4 on each side. Now, we do have 3 little squares. We've got 2 rectangles and 3 squares. We're going to do cutting, but I only want you to cut on these squares. If you're cutting on these rectangles, stop. Don't go there. Don't do it. We only want to cut on these squares. And let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm a miter girl when it comes to boxes. I love to miter things out. It just helps my boxes go together better. And to do that, I basically cut out like a little upside down, not even an upside down triangle. I kind of call it my little piece of pizza. But if you will trim from the inside of the square and going out to the outer corner, that is what I call mitering right there. And you're going to go ahead and do that to both sides of your paper. Okay, so I've trimmed everything out. All my little squares are all mitered nicely. And I've also come in with my bone folder, and I just gave all of my score lines just a really good hard crease. This is really important when it comes to making boxes. We don't want our boxes to be kind of flimsy and working against us. So make sure you give everything a really good crease. At this point, we are going to come in with a 1-inch circle punch. And I just kind of eyeball it here. I want to do my best to kind of get it in the center of the box. And I'm just cutting out or punching out just a little, not even a half circle. That is just a snip of a half circle. And that's going to give me the ability to, when I'm opening and closing my box, I can get my thumb in there to open it. So we've got that. We're now ready to put this together. Now, I'm going to tell you, typically I would use the Tombow glue or sticky strip to put my box together, but believe it or not, the SNAIL adhesive has held great when it comes to putting my box together. So, hey, this is a little bit faster and easier for me, so I say go for it. So I'm just putting SNAIL here, you see, only on those little tabs that we've cut. And let me show you how we're going to put it together. We're going to start with the end that we punched the circle out of. And we're going to take these 2 ends and bring them together like so. All right. This is now going to create the lid of our box. Just bring those corners together really nice and give it a real good press. Okay, so that's my lid. Now let's do the box. So the box is going to be these 2 ends coming onto this other remaining flap. So just like we did, let's line up those corners. I'm going to go, I'm going to go ahead and bring this one around. I don't want to be fighting it. So I've got those two corners, and now we can just bring this last one. You see we still have this one here. Whoops, I just stuck it to my paper. We're going to put it onto the box to create the box. So lid and box are attached, and they're so happy together. Now, one of the other things I like to do at this point is go ahead and give this a little crease back so that I can give my box a little more flexibility to be able to open and kind of stay open versus wanting to force itself closed. So, well, right now I think it's really, really cute, but it really needs something, don't you think? So I'm going to come in with a piece of the Sweater Weather Designer Series paper. This is 1.5 inches by 10 inches. And all I'm going to have you do is open up your box and just fold that paper in so it goes just to the inside of the lid. Bring it around and go ahead and fold here on the other side like that. And then kind of give those a crease. I can then take it out, take it off, come in with my bone folder. Like I said, I do like my creases to be nice and crisp when it comes to a box. So I've creased down my little lines there. Now we can go ahead and attach this to the box. I'm just going to put SNAIL on both tabs and then just a few dots down the center. All right, so now we're ready to put this together, basically the exact same way I just did. Okay, so I've got my lid decorated. It's looking really cute. We're doing great. Let's go ahead now and work on our candy. I have got 1 inches by 3 inches of the Sweater Weather Designer paper, and I chose some different color combinations, and I've got 7 Hershey Nuggets, and I'm just going to add some SNAIL down the center and on the sides, and you can see I'm just going to wrap that around to create just a pretty little sleeve for my Hershey Nugget. It's a little bit cuter now. Let's go ahead and fill this up. As I said, you can see we've done some different designs here, but 7 Hershey Nuggets fit snug as a bug in there. Real cute. We'll close that up. Now we can start to work on our belly band that's going to go around our box. So to create that belly band, I have a piece of Tangerine Tango cardstock. This is 1 3/4 by 5.5 inches. Now, I am going to do this just a little bit different. Rather than pre-scoring it, sometimes belly bands can get too tight, and I don't want it to be too tight. So you can see I've got just a little bit of slush room there. I don't want to go crazy and, you know, crease it down where it's not going to slide, but you can see just like we did before on this outer designer paper, I'm just going to now take those score lines that I have on there, and I'm just going to give them a really nice crease. Okay, we can go ahead and adhere this together. So I'm going to put some adhesive down one end, bring in my box, and I'm just going to adhere that together. You do want to make sure it's not adhering itself to the box, okay? See, I still went a little tight there, didn't I, guys? Sorry about that. Make sure that's loose enough that that can slide around. So I've got my belly band on. Now let's do some fun decorating. I'm going to be using the stamp set Tags for You along with the matching punch. This does come in a bundle. You guys know I love my bundles. And so I'm going to use the Happy Thanksgiving and a Tangerine Tango ink pad. So I'm going to ink up my Happy Thanksgiving here, stamp it, and then with my punch, the matching punch, we're just going to give that a quick punch there. And then in advance with some chocolate chip cardstock, I did punch out a decorative label. So I've got that. Here is my Happy Thanksgiving, and I've got a couple dimensionals here on the back. And we're just going to center that to make ourselves just a simple little tag. But let's go ahead. We're going to put some ribbon around this. And oh, that cherry cobbler ribbon, which by the way is on sale right now. Yay, we love a good sale. And I'm going to tie that. I believe I had, you know what, let me measure that for you one more time. I think it was 12 inches. That was correct. 12 inches of the cherry cobbler ribbon. And I'm just going to tie this in a pretty square knot. If you're new to tying knots and bows, I do have a really great video that'll kind of share with you how to create really perfect perfect bows and perfect knots. And I know for some people that is always a real challenge, but this little idea works quite well. So I'm just going to give this a trim, and then I'm going to cut a flag out of that ribbon. There we go. And I'm going to do this on both sides of my ribbon. Okay, so my ribbon is all tied and pretty. I'm going to come in with my Happy Thanksgiving tag, and let's just put some snail right there. And we're just going to tuck that under, and that's going to attach to the belly band. Now, one last thing I want to do, and I'm going to bring in the Autumn Accents Bigz die. Oh, I love this die, and it's on sale right now too. So when you're going to place your order, make sure you get that cherry cobbler ribbon and the Bigz dies. It's on sale through November 5th. So you're going to want to get that. Let me show you what I did. Rather than go and do things through the Big Shot, I went ahead and did it for you. I cut out 3 leaves out of chocolate chip, crushed curry, and cherry cobbler. I just cut out 3 different leaves, and then I came in with a few different embossing folders just to give them some different texture. And you can see I've just adhered those together, and I'm just going to tuck that underneath my ribbon and adhere it so that it adheres onto that belly band and gives it just a little more character. What do you think? I just thought it was adorable. Let me go ahead and bring in that Christmas one again. That's all there is to it. I just think these would be gorgeous on your Thanksgiving table, and these would be really cute sticking out of a Christmas stocking, don't you think? Well, that is the video for today. I hope you guys like that one, and I hope this is one that'll give you some real inspiration for the holidays. Thanks so much for tuning in to Simply Simple Stamping. I love you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.